Good
Good
evening.
evening, happy people. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone.
Hope you guys have had a great day.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone.
So, okay, just leave it like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you sign in, then you can comment on your own right there. Hello, everyone. It's Marriage Monday.
Hi, Marriage Monday. Tag team marriage.
That's right. You know we got to do our sharing going on here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Got to get the
Hi, that one. Who's that one? We have one on
get
YouTube.
the word out. Hello, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
How are you? Who are you on YouTube?
Can you type in? Let us know. Say hi.
Yeah. Say something.
Hey, Nick. Ain't nothing. Hey, Candy. Candy, I got your question. I hope you got my inbox. Um, Good subject matter. We're gonna have to hit that at another time, but it's definitely gonna be one of our discussions. So thank you for that. Jacob, hello.
Hmm.
All right, you too. Please let us know who you are. Say hi. So while he's sharing, hope you guys had a great day. Um, we had a great day. We had a great day. We usually have great days.
Yes,
We
we
don't
do.
allow negativity and issues to come in and spoil our day. So we had a great day. We had a wonderful day today. Um, my baby, we signed a lease today. He's opening up Uncle Ren's Popcorn in Stone Mountain, Georgia. For those of you who don't live here, hey John. For those of you that do not live here, you can still order online.
Yep.
Uncle Ren's Popcorn.com.
That is not
I'm sorry, you are popcorn.com.
the letter U, the letter R, the word popcorn.com.
And we ship and we deliver locally,
What up, John Fletcher?
depending on how far you are.
Long time, brother.
All right. So we are dealing with like two cameras.
Yep.
So the looking around, we're going to
Just two cameras.
kind of go back. I said two cameras.
Oh.
Yeah, I said two cameras.
Nice. Thank you. Look forward to everybody being there for the grand opening as we continue to move forward. I want to thank my baby for being a major part of that. You know, always being supportive. You know, keeping me going, keeping me motivated to move forward in my endeavor. So, you know, you got it. That was a huge part of it. That is a huge part of it, is her motivation, her support, her constant, you know, got my back, and also knowing the fuss to help move forward in doing this thing. So I look forward to it. There'll be a lot more coming on. You know, there's a Facebook page for more information, and Instagram, all that. So we rocking this thing.
Ooh. All right. And also we have the
keep going.
Site is still open to RSVP for the February 21st, 2021 box office wedding at the Georgia Aquarium. So if you have not had a chance to submit your RSVP, please do so. We are running out of seats, and we want everyone who wants to be there to be there. So if you're having some difficulties, just let us know and we'll see what we can do. But we need you to go to tagteamwedding.com and submit your RSVP so we can get you on the count.
Yeah.
You're still sharing?
Sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Had an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Instagram.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna go live on Instagram as well.
I was thinking it might as well, but I don't know how to do it. So
all right,
it's not gonna happen.
So those of you all who have joined, all you gotta do is go. Okay, we'll figure it out for next time. Right now we're good. So for those of you who have joined us, it is almost guaranteed that everyone here can relate to this subject. Can relate to this subject. Blended families.
That's right.
You want to private?
I'll just pop it right there.
Blended families. The cord is in the way.
They will be all right.
Blended in some type of way. Blended families come in all different sorts, shapes, sizes. Put it down on that one.
He's right here.
Okay. Sizes. Different avenues, different ways. Blended families. So we both come from, hey, Instagram.
Yeah. First time live on Instagram as well. Marriage Mondays.
We can show all the connections.
Yeah.
We are both products of blended families in different ways.
Yeah. So one of the hardest things to deal with when you had a family before, when you've been married before, when you've had children, we usually just think about a blended family when that's the situation. And one of the hard things to do is, as you have kids and you blend into a new family, how to actually make that work is one of the most difficult things. Hello, Addicted to Candy. That's one of the most difficult things when you have that blended family. Mm-hmm. But not only just when you have children, when you have parents, when you have brothers, when you have sisters, cousins, all these people that you're close to, right?
This is how you do that.
So that, what are you doing?
It's requesting to.
Oh, so that
request to be in your life.
Oh, somebody want to be in it? No.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, not like that.
So that creates this situation where you got to blend.
Sorry.
Stop touching stuff.
Go ahead. I got it.
That is that situation when you tell somebody to stop touching stuff. See, this is part of that blended family. When people keep touching stuff.
I was trying to take that off.
Is it killing? Is it hurting?
You know it is. Okay, go ahead. Anyway,
blended. So a blended family. So what we want to discuss is, that your struggles. We want to discuss how to make it work. What mindset you got to get into in order to make a blended family work. And we're going to talk about it from different points of view. Like for us, it's really different than most people. Mm-hmm. The common thing that we have is that we're both over 40. Mm-hmm. Our children are adults. So you would think that there's not a whole lot to deal with it. But then we have an 11-year-old who is Donna's nephew, who lives with us as well. So that brings in a kid dynamic, but it's a nephew-kid dynamic, which means that there is other parents that are also involved as well.
Right.
And grandparents and uncles and aunties and cousins who have their part to play as well. So ours is very different than the norm. But the norm is that you have kids and you either got small kids or you got big old children. So we want to discuss those things and how to make it work.
So you guys can chime in and let us know how your family blends. Like, immediate. Let us know how your family blends. So we did not have a lot of note taking.
We had no note taking.
No, a lot, meaning this up here.
It's all up here.
But we didn't do any written notes tonight. So we're going to kind of go from the rip. But we really need you guys to kind of come in and join us and tell us what you think. Tell us what you think. We are Jackson. So we're his blended family.
Oh, we are happy to be your blended family.
We are.
Addicted to Candy saying no blending on my end currently. Okay. Oh, and it requested her to do a request.
Oh, I see. Okay. Thanks, Candy.
Well, I'm assuming it's a woman with Addicted to Candy to be a guy. So.
Oh, yeah, correct. I'm sorry. I just said Candy, but Thank you, Addictive.
But the thing about it is that it's an unfortunate thing, but the divorce rate in America and the world is so high. It's like over 50%, up to 60s, in the 60%. So it's very likely that most people are going to end up in a blended family situation. And in dealing with that, you can say Candy. One of the hardest part about dealing with that is coming into it, because like, it's one thing when you have a baby together and then you grow up and you kind of like raise the child together. Mm-hmm. But now you're in a situation where Donna raised her children differently than I raised my children. We have different parenting skill sets. And we have a mindset to stick with what we know to do, and then try to get the other person to come alongside. But their techniques, their process may be totally different.
Totally different.
So the question then becomes, how do we deal with those types of situations when it comes to blending your families? Now, one of the biggest things, and we're just going to tackle the biggest albatross out there when it comes to it, and that is discipline. How do you discipline in a blended family? And we're going to start with little short people, with children, when they're small. Let me go first.
No, okay. I'm making some notes.
So,
cheat sheet.
Everybody has to first come to an understanding of who they are marrying, what person you're dealing with. Of course, within the dating process, you should ask the questions. How do you discipline your children? As a man, if I'm going to discipline a child, if you do corporal punishment as a man, am I doing corporal punishment? As a woman, are you doing corporal punishment? Those are questions and answers that you have to come to an agreement on. Now, how does the other parent, if the other parents are involved, how do they feel? What is their mindset on I hate the word step parent, but a bonus parent disciplining the children, in a corporal punishment situation, and even sometimes just verbally, because if another additional parent even yells at the other kids, then the other parent may have issue, and all these things create problems. Julian, what up? Julian, you better call me. Sorry, y'all got called.
Hey, Julian.
Julian, if you don't, boy, you best call me. All right. So I had to get that before Julian leave if he do.
Right. Hey, Julian.
But when you have that situation, it's like you got to have those conversations and come to a true understanding of it. I think that most people, when you're dating, you just want to say, oh, yes, we're just going to meld it together. Whatever the other person wants to do or feel is proper, we just go along with it instead of stating our true fact. And then when you get into the relationship, it's like, hold on, partner. Don't whoop my children. Don't be yelling at my children. Don't do this. Don't do that. Then it becomes all these don't do's. Right. And that's going to create a larger problem, mainly because children are children. If they can play one with the other parent, they will. And if the other parent, if the biological parent don't back the other parent, they will consistently disrespect the non-biological.
I'm going to step in here because this was my situation growing up, actually. My parents there were four of us. My parents were married for, wow, I'm not sure how many years they were married. It's a pretty long time. Hey, Julian. It was a good amount of time that they were married. I can remember I was probably about in the second grade, maybe, when I realized and learned that they had gotten divorced. But by that time, my mom had gotten remarried. And the plus in it was there was no negativity, there was no jealousy, there were no issues that at least we as the children were able to see, because my biological father and my stepfather, they were fine with one another. So my biological father would come and visit us, and we would all be at the table eating dinner together. My mom, my stepdad, our biological father, and the four of us, we were all eating dinner together. We would do things together. They would support us. So there was never the issue of, what are you saying to my children, or how you discipline, or how you dealing, or how you doing with my children on that token. But that's not always the case. It doesn't always go that way. But my experience allowed me, when with my first marriage, my ex-husband had one child. When my ex-husband had a child, so it allowed me to kind of deal with his child in a way that I saw my parents, all three of them, deal with us. But like he said, everyone's raised differently. Right. They discipline different in different ways. So the outcome of that was very different than the outcome was with my personal experience with my siblings and my parents. It was very different. So how we are brought up, what we see, what our parents do, plays a big part.
All right. So how you're doing it right now is going to make a big difference in how your kids do it if they end up in that type situation. Now, for me, it was different. My parents weren't married, so I didn't get the chance to see that kind of thing. But what I do know is that once, and this is the first big solution, guys, in my opinion, and I'm right. This is the first big solution, and I'm right. Based on my own experience, and I've seen both sides, right? I've seen both sides of this. Me and my children's mom, we were married, right? And then we got divorced when they were still young. So, but we sat down and decided that our divorce has absolutely nothing to do with the children, and that we would make sure the children always know that the divorce has nothing to do with them. I used to tell my kids all the time, you guys, I understand this hurts you. I understand it's not what you want, but eventually you're going to have 4 parents who love you. You know, I would never be with anybody who doesn't love you, who doesn't care for you, who doesn't, hold up to the same standards, and neither with your mom. And she used to tell them the same thing, because we had to set aside however we felt about each other and the divorce and all the things that happened, and say, it's not about you. Mm-hmm. It's about the kids. Yeah. So if you are breaking up or have broken up and you know you are going to get into another relationship, or if you're already there, then recognize that you need to have a sit down with the other biological and the new parents and say, hey, this ain't about us. This ain't about jealousies. This ain't about who got what, who did what. This is about, let's raise some great kids. Let's say raise these kids to be great adults and take this off of us. Because if the kids see a healthy family village relationship like that, they're going to have they're going to have a healthier disposition. And when they get married, they're going to have a better sense of family and hopefully won't end up getting divorced at all. So we first have to be adults and step into that as adults. The children are not weapons. The children are not leverage. The children are simply an agreement that you made to raise healthy, strong adults. Period. Point blank. Take your emotions and leave them at the door. Right? So that's like the biggest problem that blended family has, is egos aren't checked at the door, and we're not in a situation where we are focused on raising these children right. So what do you guys think about that? I know Addicted to Candy on Instagram is gonna love it. They're already loving stuff over there.
It's a great positive way to be as family. It sure is, Candy.
Yeah,
it sure is.
So I want to know you guys' thoughts. YouTube, let me hear something. YouTube, even just to make sure that the chat is working over there on YouTube. I just say something. Make sure the chat's working.
Type hey or something.
Hey or something. Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
So while we're waiting for people to respond and kind of marinate on that, also we want to talk about, do the children, how they feel about the new spouse. Mm-hmm. How they feel about the new spouse. Has there been a building of relationship? People feel like children come along with the package and they should do whatever it is that the adult is doing, and which is not right. I'm in childcare, on daycare centers. My thing with children have a voice, children have a mind, they have feelings, and we sometimes forget that. Because some of us grew up in the era of you do what I say, and that's it. No question. But we have to realize that they have a voice, they have feelings. So there's some changes that go on. Now back to me personally, when my mother got remarried, I acted out a little bit because I didn't understand that the relationship was okay. My dad was okay, and I felt like, okay, I have a new dad, so am I supposed to call my biological father? I still call him dad? Like, what do I do? So, what's that? 5, 6 years old.
6, 7.
I'm like, okay, what do I do with this? So we have to make sure the children have a good relationship where Okay, Candy. My mother took the time to make sure that we had a relationship. There was a relationship developed with our stepfather before they went into marriage. So making sure that your children have a relationship, your children have some input into the new person that's coming into their lives. Whether that person is going to be the breadwinner, supporting the family, taking care of everything, doesn't mean that the children are going to like them. So it's very important that we focus on our children and make sure that they have that relationship and that understanding, and they have an opportunity to build your relationship. You two are building your relationship as adults. When do they get a chance?
Right. I concur. My man here we had to reach this thing. Jackson had a very good point. And actually, Jackson, your point coincided with the secondary part of what I was saying earlier. Well, I didn't actually say it, to be honest. So Jackson said, "Good evening, Camellia." So he said, "I honestly find it extremely hard to discipline the child of another guardian. I speak with the woman I'm dating about things that are being displayed, but if the child becomes totally out of control, the time for me to speak will come out. I've dated many women whom was a single parent, and I've only had problems with my ex's daughter, and it was only because the child's father felt that he was household. Since that could not be controlled, we split and went our separate ways. I don't believe in losing my legal freedom over ignorance," and that is 1,000% true. And in the words of Fire Marshal Bill, let me tell you something. I too understand that point. This is where I was saying where the other biological parent has to back the bonus parent. All right. Now his situation had even more of a complexity to it. The only way this outside the other biological male can have control over what's going on in the household is if the biological mother not only not support the discipline decisions, the speaking of the new male in the home, but she's also giving that control and allowing whatever the biological father decides should be done is the final decision as to what should be done. Now, the hard thing about it, especially with a lot of men, is that they think that just because they are outside the house, they think they still control that house. You don't. So as a man, you got to realize that, yes, these are your children and you still have a lot to say, but you are not there constantly. You don't know everything that's going on. You're just you see them on whatever your split is, but the primary guardianship is in that house, and you don't have that authority to say what's going on in that house. All right. So the outside biological needs to understand, the non-guardian parent needs to understand that their role has changed. Right. You partake upon big decisions, but the day-to-day, that's not you anymore. Sorry, but that's what you give up if you're not the guardian, the primary guardian. Right. You give up the day-to-day authority. Right. And the people who are there day-to-day, they're the ones who are dealing with every aspect of the child. They're dealing with the homework. They're dealing with the school more often. They're dealing with their friends. They're dealing with their emotions. They're dealing with all these things way more often than you are. So you get off your ego. It's your child, and you should be a part of it. And the other two parents they should make that parent welcome into a lot of the big decisions. But the day-to-day, you're not there. And the mother has to realize that she has to back the day-to-day figure. Otherwise, she ends up just like what was said. She's going to end up by herself. And then she's going to be rolling dues in and out of those children's lives because I'm just saying, no man, and I'm not picking on women, but no man is going to sit in a household where he has zero authority, where the children can say and do whatever they choose to that man, that they can disrespect whatever he says and go about their own business, or the man has to say, well, you wait till your mama come home. That's not going to happen. Sorry. This just doesn't work that way. So pretty much most men are going to split. They're going to leave that situation, especially if they are and I know you guys we haven't talked about this before, but if they are an alpha or a beta male, they're not going to stay in that situation. Now, if they're a Charlie or a Delta male,
right.
they will bow down and kiss everybody's foot in the whole household. And if that's the kind of man that somebody wants, go get that dude. But that's the kind you should go get for that situation. That's the one that'll let that other alpha male run his house from the outside of his house. Mm-hmm. But if you want an alpha male or a beta male, it's not going to work. He's not going to stand and be sub in his house. And I've experienced that. I've dated someone where the children can disrespect me, steal from me, do whatever they wanted. And that pushes the person away. So ladies, I'm telling you, that's where you gotta make a stand on the fact that the children cannot disrespect the adults. Now, you cannot. That doesn't mean you run in the house and you are tyrannical. You're not the imperial, king, and you just say, do, and kick everybody around. It doesn't work that way either. You have to realize that you're walking into a different kind of partnership where you're not only partnering with the woman, but you're also partnering with the other biological parent. So you don't just run in and say, well, I'm changing everything and this is how the house is going to work. Mm-hmm. That doesn't work either. All right. So you have to come in partnership. That's why I said at the very beginning, what will solve many issues is if all the parents got together and really sat down to figure out the fact that it's about raising great kids and not egos, and how are we going to do this as a team, and you'll have a better situation.
Okay. DJ on Instagram said, I had that problem with when my daughters were living with me and my current wife. But my current wife and I spoke about that, and we rectified that issue before it swelled into something horrific. That is great. That is exactly right, DJ. That's how you handle that. Communication, sit down and handle it, because that is you all's household, and the children are looking at the two of you first. And of course, they're looking at their biological parents. Not to make someone look bad, but it's to try to come together. Hey, Leia, it's to try to come together.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Come on.
Okay. So are we done kind of with the children?
Yeah.
Lindy?
I mean, just older kids.
Yeah. It's the same concept.
Same concept with older kids.
They are still in the household. They're still in the home. They're still under you all's roof. You have to, the case for us, we have adult children. Yeah. My daughter is back home. She graduated college. She's back home. She's transitioning, making her decision on what she's going to do. Although she's an adult in this household, we are still the parents in this household.
Right.
So there has to be a level of respect. There were some difficulties with my ex and her being put in the middle of things and have to deal with that transition. And then, to have another man come in and it's like, well, I'm grown and, that's part of life is over or whatever. The respect factor has to be that I say, okay, this is my husband. And we talk about it, especially on that level. We're all adults. Of course, she's a young adult, and her level of understanding and dealing with life where she is not where ours is. But the respect and communication, same thing. Yeah. Whether they're toddlers, teens, or think they're grown
and
older.
And here's the thing: like my kids don't live with us, but they know if they need to, they can, right? And they always know that they have a home wherever we have a home, right? So I make sure they understand that. But let me tell you something I've always made sure they understood, and this will help you go a long way as well, right? I have always, and a lot of people are going to disagree with this, but you'll be all right. Get over it, because it works. From the time frame of them being born, I have always told my children, you are not number one. You will never be number one. The number one human in my life will always be my wife. And you will you need to understand that. Now, I would appeal to their logic. And I would say, hey, and like, let's say one was right here, Sydney. Hey, Sydney. As you grow older, you will have friends and you won't hang out with me as a teenager. You'll be into your friends.
Mm-hmm.
I'm there with my wife. As you go off to college, you will leave us and go to college and you'll do your own thing and have your own little friends and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I will be there with my wife. And then, Sydney, you will one day find a husband, and then you and your husband will get together and y'all will go off and buy a house and live in some other country. And I will be here with my wife. And then you will have kids, and your kids will be growing up, and you'll be raising your kids, and I'll be the grandparent, come up there and spoil them, and then give them loud toys and send them back home and give them back. And then I will go home and be with my wife. So you jokers will leave us,
mm-hmm.
but I will be with my wife. I'll be 80 with my wife. I will not be with my kids. So you can never be number one simply because I will always be with my wife. I will not always be with you. We will sacrifice certain things for you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But I made a commitment to live with this person for the rest of my life, whereas I made a commitment just to raise you, and then you leave the nest. So I've explained that to them as they progressively got older, and I'm just saying it works because one is communication, but it works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it works.
DJ says, I say the same thing. And he said, I thought that I was the only one who says this.
No, DJ.
You are not alone.
You are not the only one.
I tell them little jokers. Even to this day, I tell them, hey, now it's a little rougher. Look, joker, you know you ain't number one. All right.
That's right. We have to set a precedence from the beginning.
Yeah, and that's hard for a lot of people. Yeah. They're gonna say,
and when you come in like I was here for, I don't nobody come before my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's how you end up being old and
by yourself
with cats. You either gonna be cats or you're gonna have some dogs.
Right.
You're gonna be one or two.
One or two.
But you're gonna be by yourself.
And it's just teaching them respect, period.
Yeah.
It's just teaching them respect. Because again, we're left together. When mine comes home and she decides to go off with her friends and her girls.
Yeah.
When Caden decide he want to go with our nephew, and decide he may want to go to his little friend's house or go to my parents' house or whatever. Yeah. So we have to take care of each other and let them see that and understand that and see the respect in that. And again, they'll get over it.
Yeah. Because I tell my kids all the time, your husband, your wife will be your number one, not me, not your father.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So I hope y'all cued in on that, because get this. Even if the children were there first, your spouse still has to come first. They still have to be number one.
Yes, they do.
They still have to be number one.
They're the number one. Get over it. Otherwise, back to what we always say, ask the question, why are you here then?
Why are you here?
Why are you married?
Yeah.
Don't be married if
all I need are my kids.
And if you know that, just don't get married.
Yeah.
Don't have a relationship that you expect to last.
Because my oldest is in London. Ask me the last time he called me. Right. So we have to make sure that's understood, but not like that now. I'll say DJ said I used to think like that many years ago. That's right, but not like that now.
Yeah.
Not like that now. I've always learned the mentality: your spouse, your children, and then your family after that.
Yeah.
Your parents.
And then it depends on how the relationships are with the rest of them.
Right, but always your spouse first.
Mm-hmm.
Always your spouse first. I wrote down in here jealousy, but I can't remember why I wrote it. So I'm sure it probably relates. I'm thinking it's relating to the children and how they can come in and there can be some jealousies. There will be jealousies. Mm-hmm. They will say, well, I was here first. Well, that's not my daddy, but that's not my mom, so I don't have to listen to them.
Or they feel like they're not being loyal to the other parent.
Because
they actually like the new parent.
Right. That's a good one too. You know? Yes. They like them, but they feel like if I like them and act a certain way, it's going to hurt my dad's feelings. It's going to hurt my mom's feelings. And just being totally transparent. Totally transparent. My nephew who lives with us deals with that. He deals with that. And it's tough for him because he feels like at times, because his mother and I don't always get along. I could choke her. I love her, but I could choke her. Because we don't always get along, he feels like, I'm not going to choke her. He feels like that he has to act one way with me, and if she's around, another way with her. And when we're in the same place, it's tough for him because he's like, okay, who do I please? That's communication. That's not just parents and talking about spouses. We're talking about blended families in different ways in different arenas. That's another sector of it that he has to understand that we both love him. I love him as his aunt. His mother loves him. We parent differently. We look at things differently. We see things differently. But the only thing that we have in common, not the only thing, but in this case, what we have in common is him. So he has to understand and know that there should not be any issues with jealousy on the adult parts. Communication. If we communicate and we talk about things, he will understand.
And he don't have no problem with me because I'm great.
Yeah, they get on my nerves. Candy says my younger one is going to leave the nest soon, so I get it. That's right, Candy.
Yeah, them kids don't leave you. And I tell my kids same thing. They'll be bye. Bird out the nest.
Yep. Oh, look who popped on. My sister. I was just talking about you.
Just talking about you. You gotta go back and listen to it.
It's good. All good. All good.
She's lying.
All good things. What movie is that? Frozen. All good things. Okay, sorry. Ooh. This one. Relationships with ex-spouses. Okay. This is how my family rolls, and I know this is how his family rolls. If my sister and her husband got a divorce, my sister, her husband got a divorce.
She said she can hear us.
He is still my brother-in-law.
That's right.
Unless lies and fairy tales. Okay. Okay, Ursula. Unless he has done something abusive, mental, physical, whatever it may be, that would have me to cause me to not have a relationship with him, to not like him. So I know in my family.
What's up, Terry?
In my family, I have a group in my phone. Mm-hmm. I'm the one on my side that kind of keeps everybody, communicates with everybody, let everybody know what's going on or whatever. The group in my phone consists of my parents, my grandparents, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, my siblings, my nieces, my nephews, wives, husbands, ex-wives, ex-husbands. And the main reason that we do that is because it all seems to come back to children. Hey, Terry, mm-hmm. It all seems to come back. Just because we got a divorce.
Right.
Will never happen.
No.
For example, just because we got a divorce does not mean that my cousin Cortland, who they are like this, they cool. My cousin Cortland should stop being friends with him because we got a divorce. Mm-hmm. It does not mean our children should not get the benefits of the whole of their family just because the two of us decided as adults to get a divorce.
Yeah.
I think that's such a negative way of thinking, and that's not prioritizing the children and the relationships first.
That's right.
Which that should be prioritized. So, family events, my ex-sister-in-law, I think she should be there. Because if her children are a part of that, and we have a relationship or friendship. Now, being that the siblings or whatever may get remarried, does not mean their new spouse should be frowned upon. Nope. Or not feel like they are welcome. That should not happen. They should still be, know that they are priority one. And if there's an issue, and if we could talk about it, let's talk about it. But remember, these children are watching us, mm-hmm. and they're coming up behind us, and they are family.
Yeah, and that's how it should go. And like my sweetheart said, both our families are that way. Like some family events, I don't even want to go because there be so many people there. And baby, some of the first time my baby went to some of my family events, she was like, And who is that person? Oh, well, that was his girlfriend 3 babies ago. And she's still coming? Yeah, she's still coming. Who is that? Well, that was the ex. That was they still there. That was just a friend. They still there. Like my family don't know how to let people go. Some people need to be let go.
But the importance of that, they're children.
But when there's
3 babies ago.
Yeah.
So whether it's 2 babies, 3 babies, 5 babies, whatever.
But
they're a baby.
Here's the thing with my family.
Oh yeah, they don't have to be.
They don't have to be any babies. There could never have been a baby, and they still, because if you create, if my aunt or my mom or my brother or my sister created a bond with that other person, then who are you to say they shouldn't keep that bond anymore? It's not a disloyalty to you. Right. That's a relationship that they have. But I'm going to throw you a curveball here.
Throw it.
Throw you a curveball.
I was going to.
Right? Because here's the thing. Part of that also has to be about you, the way you are. Mm-hmm. Me and my baby had this conversation. I don't remember what holiday it is. I'm going to say it was either Christmas or New Year's, right? Oh, Christmas. It was one of those. And she said to me, do you wish your ex-wife, your kid's mom, Merry Christmas? And she thought it was strange, right? Get your face in the camera. She thought it was strange.
I'm going to tell you why I thought it was strange. Go ahead.
Nah, don't tell her. I'm going to tell you why I didn't tell me to go ahead.
No,
so anyway, so she thought it was strange. And we had this whole conversation, and I was like, look, first of all, it's still your kid's parents. You know, it's still the other kid's parents. Plus, it's something that actually helped to keep the nicety, the ability to work with each other, you know, as far as being parents. And we went through a whole thing like, well, what do you wish? Like, do you wish him a happy birthday? I was like, yes. Do you wish him a happy holidays? Yes. Do you wish him a happy Mother's Day or Father's Day? Yes, because that's what they are. Now, some other stuff, happy 4th of July, not so much. But, you know, holidays that really are family-oriented holidays, you can do a happy whatever to those types of time frames, because...
This is my why. Could you done?
Go ahead.
Okay, this is my why.
Even before she say her why like she did me, she wound up doing what I said anyway, because she realized the validity of it all.
I don't know about that one.
Yes,
okay, but this is my why. Oh, that one instance, yes, I did, because that situation, based on us discussing it, that situation. But this is my why as a whole. It depends on the age of the children, I believe. I believe it depends on the age of the children. Read what Jackson is saying.
No, we got somebody else for Jackson.
Yeah, I got Gail's. We're gonna read Gail's out. It depends on the age of the children. If you have small children, say Mother's Day comes around. Of course, there's nothing that they could do for Mother's Day. You have small children, to wish their mother a happy Mother's Day, to buy a gift to present to their mother or father, other way around, to wish happy Mother's Day or happy Father's Day, is in itself teaching the children how to love and respect and respect that person, to respect your mother, respect your father. There's a roundness to that. Now, do I feel like I should be calling my ex-husband, telling him happy birthday? No, I don't. Not because I have an issue with him, because he has a wife. Our children are adults. To me, it's an age thing based on the children. I don't need to wish him happy birthday, Merry Christmas. I don't need to do that. Our children aren't infants, toddlers, preteens. They're adults.
But if you remember that conversation, we also talked about the fact that the children may be adults, but to keep a civil relationship, that helps keep a civil relationship, because the children will one day have grandchildren, and y'all will be expected to be around each other during whatever festivities and things dealing with grandchildren. So to keep these niceties periodically throughout the year helps to keep a better situation, so that when there is conflict, it's easier to deal with.
If Charisma's on the phone with her dad and it's his birthday and I'm around, tell your daddy I say happy birthday. I'm not going to pick up the phone and call him and tell him happy birthday. That was relayed from me to her to tell her dad. So when it's time to come around for her wedding and he got to pay for everything, the niceties were there.
I
don't see the need.
Texting that man.
I don't see the need.
But you can send a text.
But
Happy
again,
birthday. Just a respectful.
Based on, I can agree. Let me tell you why I agree. How I can agree. Based on the relationship with your ex. If you can do that, and you all can be civil and appropriate and things of that nature, then have at it. Go ahead and do that. I don't see a problem with that. But again, to me, it relates to the age of the children, the necessity to do that, to teach and help the children. But once they get to a certain age, I don't feel like I need to send a personal message to my ex and wish them anything. We can be cordial and personable. That's my word. I love that word. We can be cordial without doing it. What do y'all think?
I think you should. What
do y'all think?
That's why I do.
What do y'all think?
Well, why y'all contemplating that? Let's read some comments.
Brenda Gale. So true, Donna, because my husband's ex-family always invites us to their functions because of the son they share. I think when one feels like that, it could be due to insecurities. I agree. Due to insecurities.
I can agree that.
I agree.
People have a bunch of insecurities. Oh,
Jackson says, go ahead.
My connection with my ex is only to maintain the friendship and not sexship. But if my current life is single, I might attempt to rekindle that fire, but I kind of think that an ex becomes an ex for a reason. Right, and they do become an ex for a reason. And us in the bed might bring out the worst in us again. And if to rekindle, you know the answer to that one. Good. But you're right.
I agree.
That connection, like me and my kids' mom, we have raised our kids in a very friendly environment. We've had great conversations. We've had moments of issues, but her birthday comes up.
Candy going in over here. I'm coming back, Candy.
I send a happy birthday. Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day. It doesn't matter how old the kids are because you're still going to be dealing with that person, in my opinion, for the rest of your life. So you might as well have a good relationship on that.
Okay. So coming over here to Instagram, Candy says, I do call to say happy birthday or holiday, but that is all. No gifts are given anymore. They don't give gifts inappropriately. Right, so no gifts. You shouldn't be giving any gifts. DJ says, I text my ex-wife happy birthday from time to time, but it feels weird. But I still do it. I totally agree. Why does it feel weird, DJ?
To text my happy birthday?
To text happy birthday. You still do it, you used to do, I think. You still do it, but why does it feel weird?
Terry said, I love how candy you guys are. Y'all talking about real stuff.
That's what it is, That's Terry. What it's about. Candy on Instagram said, I used to give, I used to give my ex-husband Christmas gifts when he would come visit, but it is because I feel odd giving everyone else around a gift and leaving him out. That's sweet.
Yeah.
That's sweet. I could see doing that. That's sweet. Candy also said, sorry. Now does that jive turkey sucker give me a gift? Nope. You still doing the right thing, Candy.
Jackson said, bruh, not all baby mamas are cool, and it's best at times and situations to debunk that relationship and end the communication. This is true. That is why at the very beginning I said
that's right, Jackson.
If you can sit down and y'all can have a conversation and y'all can come to that level of adulthood, then great, do it. But if the person
you cannot,
if the look, I've been married twice. And my kid's mom, and it's not just,
third time is a charm.
My kid's mom, I will wish her a happy birthday on her birthday. Yeah, I wish her a happy birthday and Mother's Day and all that kind of stuff. The second one, not that something evil happened, it's just that, you know what? The fact of the matter is she developed a relationship with my kids and then she just disbanded. So I was like, no, forget it, man. So there's no reason for me to be.
So it's based on your kids.
Well, it was just how it was done. It was how it was done. If it wasn't done the way it was done, I probably still would. But it's just the way it was done. The way all of it done, not just the kids, but my sister, my mom, and everybody else. That was my issue.
I'm sorry, y'all. We're going to agree to disagree.
We sure are. Even though Nettle says that she's team wifey, ain't nobody listening.
That's right.
Reading that.
That's right, Nettle. we're gonna agree to disagree on this one.
And your sister said she
I
agreed
agree
with the
with
comment
that
that was just read. I'm pretty sure it was one of the ones that agreed with me. So we're just gonna assume that.
We're gonna agree to disagree. I still don't see the reason. Like if he said if your ex-wife had not, I don't know, the second one had not gone the way it did, however that went. Still wishing her happy birthday when there are no children involved and no connection there. I don't see the necessity in that. Because remember,
I'm gonna give you that one. There's no
give
reason
me that one
to connect that. I'm gonna give you that one.
I took that one, ladies. Okay.
I'm gonna give her that one. Hush up, Nikki. You biased.
Team wifey, that's right, Nikki. That's right. I agree with the comment. Okay, Team wifey. Terry just said something. Terry said on Facebook, I think it depends on the level of understanding you have with your exes. My ex and I tolerate each other for our daughter and granddaughter. Very good, Terry. And that's what it's all about when it comes to the children. You have to tolerate one another. If you have some negative words to say that. If you have to each other out of their face, out of their hearing, because it's not good for them. It puts them in situations where they feel like they have to choose, and they feel like, they don't understand on the level that we do. So, Terry, I'm glad that you said that you guys stay cordial. Y'all tolerate each other, but y'all stay cordial.
So, Israel. Hush up,
Israel. Wifey, yes, Nikki.
Nikki don't count.
We're going to get T-shirts. I'm going to wear them, Team Wifey.
Nikki don't count.
Nikki does count. Because I'm married in another. Oh, DJ, yes, because I asked you why. DJ, we're going back to what DJ said. DJ said, let's go back to the first, every holiday. He said, but it feels weird. He said he would get gifts for his ex, but it feels weird. But he would do it anyway. I asked him.
But he left out.
What?
Is that the one that said didn't want them to feel left
out? No, that wasn't that one. Oh. Let's be clear on which one that was. DJ said he buys gifts or used to buy gifts for his ex-wife. Mm-hmm. It feels weird, but he does it. So I asked DJ, why does it feel weird? And DJ said, because I'm married and in another relationship. DJ, you are married, but we have fair and good conversations when it happens. Okay, you are married. That's one for me, DJ. That's what I would say.
Well,
that's another.
How old are the kids, DJ?
I'm responding to DJ. That's another part of what I said, DJ. Like, okay, so my ex-husband is remarried. I don't see a need or reason to buy him a gift or tell him happy birthday because he has a wife. That is her job.
Don't
to take care.
More to what was said.
I didn't add.
Yes, you are.
No, I didn't. How did I add?
DJ just said buy gift. You said buy gift and say happy birthday.
I'm sorry.
Stick with the gift.
Same thing.
No, it's not.
Okay, well, let's stick with the gift.
It is not.
Let's stick with the gift. Either way.
You happy birthday, strangers on
20 years and 17 years from my ex. Either way, okay, he said never gifts. My apologies. So we're talking about, thank you, DJ, no gifts. We're talking about the niceties.
No, he said he gave gifts earlier.
Oh, Lord. DJ typed no with 50 million O's, gifts.
He doesn't give gifts anymore. The earlier said he don't give gifts anymore.
Okay, but the point is,
he did give gifts.
The point is, DJ, you said because you have another spouse.
Even Candy said, DJ said he called to say happy birthday.
But it felt weird. Thank you, Candy. And what I was saying to that was DJ came back.
He just happy birthday.
Just happy birthday. But DJ came back and said, he said no. I can't. Come on.
Right. He said he gave gifts, but the giving gifts felt weird.
Okay.
But then he stopped giving gifts, but he still says happy birthday.
Okay. So DJ, please clarify with a yes or no. You used to give gifts and you stopped doing that, and now you only say happy birthday? After we divorced, no gifts. Do you still say happy birthday, DJ? Wait, let DJ.
I know it's like the delay.
DJ, do you still say happy birthday?
They heard you.
Wait, how you give me check?
He
does. Okay. So I was wrong. I
You
stand corrected. Why do you still say happy birthday, DJ?
Why you gotta ask the question? Why you gotta get
Because
all?
I want to be clear. I obviously missed something. Pardon me. Thank you, Candy.
She over here hot. She hot.
DJ. Yeah. Why do you still say happy birthday, DJ? We'll wait for your response.
And no,
Nikki said code. What's the code, Nikki?
Because I told her she don't count in her voting about Team Wifey.
You do count,
and then
Nikki.
your little sister over there talking about some you do count, sending her a direct message.
That's right.
Like she got a pet on the back.
Team Wifey. To keep
you
that friendly relationship.
Thank you. That's the.
Do you have kids, DJ? Do y'all have kids?
Why you gotta keep trying to add this?
Because I want to know.
Doesn't matter.
So it doesn't matter for the case of the children.
So he still says happy birthday, and he got big kids.
The case of the children.
We
totally agree on that.
We are in total agreement.
We both agree.
Yeah,
for the case of the children.
But you say after they reach a certain age, you wouldn't wish them happy birthday anymore. But
no,
see,
I wouldn't.
I would disagree with that. I think you still should, just to keep it friendly, simply because the kids are going to have grandkids, and then you're still going to have to participate with this person in grandparent affairs. So let me
ask you a question.
All that other kind of
let
nonsense.
me ask you a question. I'm gonna ask a question. This
all
is the question.
Yes.
If you do this for your children,
mm-hmm.
and they are now 21,
mm-hmm.
right? And you still do it. So if you do it for your children, all through their lives, they're now adults.
Yeah.
Y'all not together.
Mm-hmm.
They're now adults.
Right.
Does it change the relationship of being nice between you two? Because now that they're adults, you don't say it anymore?
Actually, it might.
Why would
it might, because it's a thing that you have done and made it a tradition, a repetitious thing. So
because of that point.
Now it's something. Now all of a sudden you're not doing it. I was like, that joker used to say happy birthday to me. Not that it was a big deal, but now it's changed.
No, it's obviously a big deal.
Because of a change. Because most people will.
And the change would be our children are now adults. There are some things that I used to have to call my ex about for my children. But once they became a certain age, they're old enough to communicate those things. So there's no need for me to do that. What are you doing? Stop touching stuff. You always touching stuff.
It's going dark.
Why are you touching stuff? It's going dark because the night vision thing.
I know. And
I don't think it's changing how they see us.
Yes, they do. Look how we got
they
those.
can still see us, baby. It's okay.
I know, but
stop touching stuff. He always touching stuff.
Yes, I do. I touch stuff. I be touching stuff. You touch some stuff later. Anyway,
he breaks everything, y'all. I promise y'all, he breaks everything.
I ain't
like we need super glue, gorilla glue around here.
I ain't broke you.
Cause he breaks everything.
Not yet. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'll fix it for later. Yes, I'm touching stuff. Anyway, go ahead.
You become strangers. Okay. So Candy said you become strangers. Okay.
All right, and then all of a sudden, grandkids start popping into the picture, and now y'all supposed to like be all friendly around each other, but you just feel some kind of way. It ain't like you just feel like
I get it, y'all. I get it, Candy. I get it, DJ. Thank you.
All right. Now Terry said, I definitely don't buy my ex gifts, but if she was in trouble and needed a little help, I would do what I could with my wife's blessing. I'm with Donna on this one though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Thank you, Terry. Yeah.
But that's fine.
Again, with your wife's blessings, very respectable, very commendable. You had that discussion with your spouse. Hey, they're in trouble. They need my help or whatever. But just the regular, it's their birthday. Let me give them a call.
And see, you keep saying call.
I said I get it. I get it, DJ. I get it, Candy. I do get it. I still don't agree with doing it.
Okay.
I'm not going to do it.
But I do it.
I still don't agree with doing it.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing about a blended family.
Hey, Lexi.
She won't do it, even though I will. When I don't know the birthday, but when it is, I will insist. Like, baby, send the text. Say happy birthday. Say Merry Christmas.
He will.
I will irritate her until she do it, right? But when I do it, there's no arguing about it. Like, why are you saying that? There's none of that, because it's a thing that I do because I'm good. For me, it makes a difference. And I see the difference because I see people going through so much hell because the two parents don't like each other and the kids are caught in the middle. And no matter
that's because grown folks don't know how to get over
what
themselves.
are you doing? And no matter how old the kids are,
That's 'cause
they're
grown folks don't know
still.
how to
But
get
no matter
over
how
themselves.
old the kids are, they're still kids.
Get over
They're
yourself.
still kids, and you have to
Get
make
over yourself.
whatever.
We're not together anymore. The expectations that you have of me are not there anymore.
Well, of course, the same expectation. I'm just saying this.
So why you getting in your feelings?
Keep it cordial.
He don't wish me happy birthday, so I'm gonna get all in my feelings.
Well, it's just a change.
So I'm gonna act crazy.
It's a change in behavior.
So here come my grandbaby, but he didn't tell me happy birthday last year.
Hey. Humans, what are you gonna say? What are you gonna do?
Hey, humans, let them deal with themselves. There's certain things you cannot control. But again, it depends on the relationship. It definitely depends on the relationship. If you can have that relationship with your ex-spouse and your recent current spouse or relationship, they have no problem with it, and no one's going overboard, over the lines or whatever.
Yeah, you don't go.
Then to each his own. Y'all could do that.
Candy said, I agree with Terry on if he needs help. I mean, if he needs help me because of trouble, I would help my ex help me with bills when I had cancer and not working. The kids were younger and lived with me.
And I applaud him.
And that's great. And he should.
And he should have. I applaud him.
And the biggest thing is if he had a new wife shouldn't be like, well, she need to lean on whomever else or whoever else or anything. Because at the end of the day, that's still your children's mother. And if that's how you show up,
of course, with communication, though, you can't just do it without discussing it with. As admirable as it may be, if you don't have that discussion with your spouse, you should not be doing it. Period.
Yeah.
I don't care how many Mother Teresas you are.
Right. No, I mean, I wouldn't.
Have a conversation with your spouse. Yes. Netta said, Donna, I'm still with you in your explanations, especially if the children are adults.
Okay.
Netta.
Fine.
They grown.
So?
They grown.
Nobody cares. No,
Terry, you still my boy Lorenzo. Donna cracking me up. Terry, you gonna jump ship. You gonna be Team Donna before this is over.
No, he's not. Nope. Down for life. Life.
Terry gonna be Team Donna.
Now.
Okay. So we talked about problems that being a blended family can bring. We talked about. Did we talk about positives? What are some positives? Positives. We have to bring some positives.
Yeah. So we talked about the solution is always communication, right?
Right.
So here's the thing. What we should be doing is accentuating the positives of all who are involved. Cousins, brothers, sisters, uncle, nieces, everybody. We should be pushing the positive of all these things.
Right.
We should be opening up relationship and really, we like to run around talking about it takes a village, but then when your feelings get involved, we want to take that out of the picture.
Or take your little stick out of the wood and don't let it walk off with your burning.
And then your little ego going somewhere. So instead, we should be looking at what are all the positive. What's the positive that your new spouse brings into this relationship? And how, and do I need to make some changes? Maybe I'm parenting my children a certain way, but maybe I need to make a change.
Right.
Or
because there could be a way that your new spouse disciplines and deals. And please know, discipline is not a negative word. We always put a negative connotation to it.
Discipline breeds success.
Exactly.
Because an undisciplined person will never be successful.
Right.
Period.
So say you have a girl. You have a daughter.
Yep, got 2 of them. 3 now.
Yeah, but we're making an example.
I know.
So say you have a daughter, and you just don't she's going through puberty, she's getting ready to menstruate and all that stuff. And you don't know how to deal with that.
Boy, that was tough.
And you don't know how to deal with that. And then your spouse comes along and she's like, okay, well, let me, help you or give you some suggestions on how to help your daughter, because it still may need to come from a biological parent. And give you some advice on how to do that. That's a difference that's a positive that could come into place. I'm a woman. I've dealt with this. You will never in all your days understand what it means to have a period. So let me explain to you how she may be feeling and how you can help her out. Or vice versa. Have a male.
Yeah. Hey, let me tell you, little fella, your ball's going to drop one day. Don't start having these dreams.
My poor nephew,
He be getting it.
He be getting it. But I think he love it because he'll be like, Uncle Lorenzo,
we need to have man talk.
We need to have man talk. And then he'll look at me. And I'm like, listen, okay. Am I a little jealous?
Yes.
But I have to understand there are things about it that he needs from that male. So with that male coming in and having those conversations and helping me to maybe be able to have a conversation. Because I'll walk around and be like, what is that? What is that smell? Like what boy? Now my reaction is that. But his would be like, Caden, come here. Like
your balls stink.
And then they start whispering to each other. And he go upstairs and he'll, wash up or whatever, put on some deodorant or whatever. But my reaction is a bit different. I'm like, but male to male. Right. Sometimes it's necessary.
And they're just different things. Like, I'm focused on big picture stuff. My baby is really focused on small. She can focus on big picture, but especially them doggone details. So I recognize that. So if there's something I'm dealing with one of my biologicals, and it's down into some details of how to maintain some details and stay with the details and stay focused on the details, I'm like, baby, hey, I need you to handle that because it's not me. That's not my forte. Now we want to handle the big picture stuff. I got you, but the deep details, no. I know she's better at it, so I'll do it if I have to. But I know she's better at it, so I'm going to lean on her for that. So you got to recognize what are your spouse's strengths when it comes to dealing with your kids, dealing with your family. Like, I don't know who on here, so don't tell her. I'm horrible. My mother has to call me all the time. I hardly ever call my mom. She always called me. But she called me so much that I really don't feel like I have to. Now, my brother calls her every day. My sister calls her every day. So my baby, she's more apt to call my mom than I am. And so she does. She calls her.
And then he get mad when we start talking about it.
I ain't get mad.
I will tell her he acting up and what he doing. And she be like, I know what he doing. What?
Right.
But details.
And she just, I love my family. My family knows it, but I'm not as communicative with my family, but my baby is, and she keeps some of those lines open that I don't.
Like they're in the family group text now. My family group text. They're in there. Sydney, Simone, Lincoln, David, Wendy, yeah, Lincoln's in Wendy, and Miss Mary Alice. Yep. That's his mama. They're in there now. And look, they may not respond because guess what?
I just saying Lincoln ain't gonna respond.
Oh, well, Lincoln can join the party because half of my family don't respond. Busters. Half of them don't respond. But the point is, they're involved. They're included. And if something happens, no one can ever say, well, I didn't know about that.
Right. And it could be a bunch of different things that one parent brings into the fold. Maybe it's better financial knowledge. Maybe it's better physical eating knowledge or physical knowledge or eating knowledge or medical or just all kinds of different things. And the better thing to do is to just let's bring those positive in. I may have been the one to teach you this or teach you that, but now I got somebody who can teach you better. Or we can teach you as a team, but this person is going to take the lead on it. Allow that to flourish.
His daughters like me better now than him. They do.
Whatever. Anyhow, just like Caden likes me better. Charisma likes me.
Charisma don't like you better.
Yes, she does.
Charisma know how to.
Me and Charisma.
She know when to go to you. She know when to go to me.
We have conversations you don't even know about.
Y'all was having conversations I didn't know about, or y'all thought I didn't know about before we got married. But
we were having conversations when she was in high school.
I know. No, I knew about them.
You know about all of them.
Yeah, I'll tell you later.
Anyhow, so I mean, yeah. So you gotta bring out the positives of you and your mate. To make sure that those things are being. If you put more of those things forward, then what you're going to see is that it's going to make the relationship between everybody a lot better because then they, what's the old saying? People don't care about you until they know how much you care about them. Mm-hmm. So when they see that, I'm not like lording over my wife. I'm bringing my wife to the forefront. And she's showing attention towards, my children. She's showing attention towards my mom and all that. It makes it all. Those people are then way more receptive to the person, the interaction and the unity being, increased. Jen say, your mother knows you're safe and holds a strong sense of knowledge. So don't feel bad. I'm in the same I am the same way. And when I do call, it's short wind, but
if she calls me, she is long-winded. Talk to your mama, Jackson.
My mom repeat herself like over
and she might. And you know what? Just listen to her. Because
then she start gossiping.
She might be by herself. She may just want to talk to you.
Yeah, but she ain't.
But there may be some things she just want to talk to you about. Our parents know our children come from different. We as their children come from different spectrums.
She not gossip to my
There may be something that she can talk about with him that she may not feel comfortable talking about. But I'm just saying, it's your mama. She's older. Let her talk.
Yes, because one day I'm gonna want to hear her talking.
Because my dad in New York, my biological. Woo! You have to schedule an appointment with yourself to call him. Because if you don't,
I'm gonna go watch a movie while that's going on.
I will still he will watch a whole movie.
I can watch Infinity War. That's 3 hours.
Ooh. So, but you know what I do? This is a joke we have. He's not on here. He'll never hear this. Yeah. We will put the phone down. And he will be talking. And when he say baby, because he's Caribbean, so he baby. And I say yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I go and do what I want to do. But he's talking. He's on the other end. He's
horrible dog.
That is not horrible. I don't hang up on him. I'm like, okay, mama, let me call you back. And she'd be like, oh, you gonna call me back? And I'd be like,
I don't say that.
You do.
Only when she call me when I'm working. Yeah, I'm like, let me call you back. And it might be, I call her back. I do.
I'm gonna call and ask her.
I do call her back.
How about that?
She don't always answer, but I call her back.
Anywho, blended families.
Mm-hmm. Look, it's everything in a blended family comes down to communication, understanding and respecting one another, and knowing that it's about the kids and it ain't about you. As long as if you get that as the foundation, I guarantee you're going to have a better situation. Now, if somebody's too hard-headed and they just don't want to participate, you can't force these other humans to participate. Mm-hmm. If that's the case, go on about your business and keep it moving. Be the best father, be the best mother you can possibly be. If you're in a relationship where the other person is not allowing for y'all to be that, that's not a good relationship for you. It's not going to work out. So why put yourself through the heartache? Right. Best to kick rocks and move on and find somebody who's grown. You're dealing with that.
Kick rocks and move on and find somebody who's grown. I like that.
Tim. No. So, I mean, I'm good. I have nothing else to add. So
that's it.
And hey, it's been great, y'all. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you for the input.
Yeah, the input's been great. Thank you for everybody who was early on. They congratulating us for signing a lease for the new Uncle Ren's Popcorn that is going to open in a matter of weeks here in Stone Mountain, Georgia, coming very soon. I appreciate you and everybody who's always ordered from the popcorn shop. I thank you as well. I look forward to that as we continue to move in new endeavors. And we did have a great day when we looked at some other properties and things of that nature. So it was a great day, guys. Great day. It was a great day. Really saw a house I really like.
Yeah.
A little far away from work.
I saw a house I really like too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So y'all have a great day. And
so we are not sure of our next subject. We always try to get the next subject.
Oh yeah.
It's actually listed on here as
finances. So that's going to be our next subject. We're going to talk about finances. Since we talk about blended families,
we may not talk about finances. We're going to discuss because things tend to come up during the week, and we had a good.
Yes, I got overruled there real fast.
Thank you, Terry. We had who was it? I'm sorry. They gave us, was it Candy?
Oh, right.
They gave us
Candy on Facebook.
Candy not Candy on Instagram. Candy on Facebook.
Candy Amos. Yeah, Candy on. Instagram only gave me an hour, didn't it?
I saw. You said you talk too much.
So Candy Amos gave us a couple of great subject matters
to speak on. So we're gonna think about those.
Yeah. So we can't say exactly what we're gonna talk about.
Yeah. So next week we're not sure of the subject matter, but just know we will start letting you guys know early in the day so you can put some time aside and meet up with us here.
So we appreciate
So
y'all.
thank you. We enjoyed. We thank you guys for your input. We thank you for being here. Go to YouTube and subscribe.
Thank you. I'm still the greatest coach, even though you was on Donna's point.
Team Donna,
Team
yes,
Donna.
Netta.
That's fine.
He's
fine.
a good coach.
And you know, I've always said that if you 100% agree with me, then I got a problem with you. Something wrong with you. Nobody should ever 100% agree with anybody. All right. So you can be on Team Donna this time. This is your 1%.
We'll see next week,
This
Netta.
is your 1%.
We'll see next week, Netta.
Like I told my nephew today, I'm always right, even when I'm wrong.
Goodbye. Good night, you all.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for being here.
We still gotta get our tagline. All right.
Oh yeah, we need a tagline.
Yeah, y'all give us an outro. Just cancel on. I think I'm not sure. He's still working on it.
What I do here?
Hit end.